I mean, as we've seen just Infinite Warfare progress thus far, especially with the submachine gun meta coming into play as well, it's really just going to come down to how aggressive those submachine gun players are going to be and those crucial gunfights that are going to come down as well. So the RPR Evo being brought out from the side of Reedy from Faze, and any NA team, we usually just kind of see the ERAD being brought out. I believe only one time I've ever really seen it was just Luminosity pulling out an RPR on this map specifically. But with a map like Frost, how close it is, you kind of have the go-ahead to run that 2 submachine gun setup.
Yeah, Frost definitely tending to players that like to run that submachine gun a lot. You're going to see Attach hit that ice side right off the start for a lot of these breaks. On the side of Elevate, we should definitely see some excellent slaying out of the side of Zed, and that's what I want to see from him in their respawns. He's definitely the stronger slayer out of the team, and he's gonna need to be the answer to the problem that is Attach on the side of Faze Clan.
Yeah, and I mean, another big thing that we just kind of have to bring up too is the payloads. In Uplink, it's going to be so crazy. We kind of call it the big 2, right? Overdrive and active camo. It's going to be so crucial, basically guaranteed 2 points every time if used right. So that's something that we're just going to have to keep an eye on as that progress. Very rarely do you see those players pick it up in that first round unless they're completely going off. You're going to see that more towards the second side, which is kind of what makes it more intense once all those payloads light up in a very close game. So we're jumping into map number 3, Faze Clan, just one map away from taking the clean sweep from the side of Elevate. But like we said, this games have been very close thus far, so we'll see how this one does turn out.
And here's something that if you just saw a screenshot of it, you would think is Photoshop. Clayster starting off the map with an ERAD in his hands. We'll have to see how this affects their opening push, as Zuma's going to be the one with the K-bar. Excuse me, not Zuma. I think that was Enable looking over him on middle map.
Clayster is going to be in control. The drone Zuma is going to be taken out, finding himself in a sticky situation, trying to push that robot bay area, but Attach is going to be able to pick up a nice kill there. Drone just going to be sitting in the middle of robot bay. Going to decide to push it out to the black plat. Not going to be able to get anything from that. Rated going to get the beat down. Watson going to opt to throw this one out of the map, get a nice reset, but it looks like Faze might be ready to try to bring this one back. That is going to be Zuma. It's going to be one player spotted in front of him. Might try to pass it, but no. Just going to be a clean dunk, and Faze going to get the first 2 points on the board, and the step that he have is real nice, but it's all going to come down to how many players can Attach take out on this break. But you see the overextension coming in from Zed all the way through blue.
Yeah, all the Elevate players decided to just give up their base and go towards ice right there, so Faze realizing that, were able to pinch him. Zed, though, was able to break through, and that's big that he was able to take that drone and throw it back. With the map pressure and positioning that Faze had, that easily could have been a relay if it were not for Zed's heads-up play.
Very smart play coming from him. Clayster going to be in control of the drone once more, trying to force it through this middle map side, and 7 kill streak for Enable. We talked about he's having such a good event just thus far. Obviously, it's the first map this entire series in Hardpoint Search and Destroy, and now carrying it over into the Uplink as well. Only going to have a Scarab to his name, but he's just going to be a player that we're going to have to keep an eye on. They were able to get a 1-point toss out of that as well. You're going to see Zed go on that full overextension. Let's see if it pays off. He's going to be able to find one player going to be right in front of him. That is going to be Clayster. Is he going to be able to take him out? Yes, he is, but more forward progress from the side of Faze. But now Elevate might be able to string something together here, but Watson's going to be left alone. Has Reedy right on top of the submarine as well. Going to be met at the wall run as Watson. He's going to take out Attach. Just kind of playing it slow, not very much aggressiveness coming from the side of Elevate, but I mean, when you have the players from Faze getting right up in your face, it's going to be hard to do that.
All right, Zed again, making another big play with the drone here to try and waste the time of Faze Clan while his team gets positioned and reset here. He's going to just run in a couple of circles before being taken out and forcing the drone to reset back to middle map. So now you see Faze Clan clearing out the sub bay. They want to get some map pressure going, some solid map positioning going, so that they can go ahead and execute that play and get some points in. But Elevate on the defense, they're able to respond with an interception from Watson.
And Zed is going to go ahead and toss that one straight out of the map once more. And just kind of the same thing. We're seeing the map positioning just go in the favor of Faze, and it's just always going to be Attached sitting home. He's going to be able to find one. He's going to be able to find a second. He's not going to be able to pick that one up. But Zuma is going to be right there for the trade. And like we said, trade's the biggest thing about this. It's going to be traded out by Rated on the side of Elevate. Currently heating up on a 3-kill streak. Going to opt to overextend all the way through blue, and Faze are starting to get the nice raid on that. But Zuma's not going to be able to win that gunfight. Rated keeping his streak alive.
This could be a big moment for Rated right now with this flank. If he can find some more players on the side of Faze before going down, that'll be really big for his team to come up off spawn and get towards middle map. As you can see, he finds 2. His team was not able to get close enough to capitalize on it, though. So now that's Faze in a position to get the drone and play on the offense.
Reedy in such a power position, but he is going to be taken out there from the side of Faze. Drone going to be tossed forward once again to get a little bit of yardage on the side of Faze Clan. Sitting comfortably 3-0, 1 minute 40 seconds left in this game as well. No real threat that we've really seen from Elevate. They haven't been able to They've been crossing the 50-yard mark if you look at the map, but barely. It's like the 52-yard mark is where they're going to be crossing, but they have not been able to get any sort of one-point toss-off or anything like that, so they need to try to turn this one around. Zuma is going to spot Rated, pushing all the way through. There we go. Some nice team shots coming in from the side of Elevate once more.
Yeah, Rated's looking for a window of opportunity here, but it looks like just outside of that window is a Faze player. It's shut down. They find the dunk. That's a big play out of Elevate right there to finally put some points on the board. And now, it all depends on how they can play this reset and whether or not they can end this round in a fashionable way. But it looks like Faze is able to get the better end of that deal.
Yep. And you see Elevate completely comfortable tossing that drone out of the map just to get a solid reset. Scarab is going to come into play. Nothing going to be coming from that one. Attach is going to be the drone carrier. Pushing through to Robot Bay once more. Going to be met by 2 players from Elevate, tossing the drone down, and the 1-point toss is going to be coming in from Clayster.
Clay still opting to run this submachine gun. Not something we're used to seeing out of him, but currently doing a little bit of damage to keep the pressure up on mid-map. You know, it's interesting that he felt that his play style in this game definitely tends more towards the K-bar and the E-Rad. He feels like he's much more aggressive in this game, and that sitting back and just slaying like he's, you know, expected of his teammates isn't always going to work out for him here. So it's interesting to see him run the submachine gun.
Brady's going to see the drone thrown forward, and that's going to be Attach. He's going to be the player doing that one. We've seen it time and time again, throwing it down to pull out his weapon, but the drone is going to be reset from Rated as soon as he got it in his hands. Going to be one player watching that drone site. That is going to be watching. He's going to be able to find one. Is he going to be able to find the second on Zuma? No, he is not going to be able to do that, and that is going to be the half. And you see the man who's just been going off for the series thus far, Enable, having a very good uplink game.
Yes, let's talk about Enable. Starting off that hard point, he went 6-0 before finally being taken down. Now getting into this uplink, our second respawn game mode in this series. He starts off 7-0, forcing 2 players on the side of Elevate to start off with 0 kills and what, 4 or 5 deaths? Excellent start to the round by him. The Faze clan definitely capitalized on it in the opening moments of that round too.
Clayster laser focused as always as they move into the second half. Currently up in the game 4-2. So let's see how they do go about this one. Go on board with Zed to start off this. He's going to be pushing through the sub bay. There's going to be one player sitting on top of the box. That is going to be enabled. They're going to be able to take him out. But now they are going to be attacking the so-called good side on this. So it's going to be interesting to see the defensive stops that Faze is really going to be able to throw at them. And Zed, he's going to be able to pick up a nice kill there on the drone site. But the players from Faze just keep on stacking, just playing their corners correctly. But now it looks like Elevate might be able to get something on this, but they're pushing themselves for a tight angle.
Yeah, with Faze being so close, it's difficult for Elevate to complete that run right there. They're still able to make some magic happen here. Faze in the offensive front, though, and the uplink goes in. They're able to find some more points on the board. Elevate is closing that small deficit.
Like we're seeing, Clayster did have the E-Rad out, but now on this side does have the K-Bar out. So it's just switching back and forth, which, I mean, we see so many players do that now, right? So many players can run the NV4, run the K-Bar, run a submachine gun or anything like that. He's just going to opt to stick with that. Does have his payload ready to go. That is going to be the FTL. But now we're seeing the aggressiveness that we've seen from Elevate. Like we said, slow starts when they start to pick it back up. Rated going to be pushing the drone through. Is he going to be able to take out Clayster with a beatdown? Might be able to get the 1-point toss. It is going to hit off of the ceiling. And he's just going to miss. But the players from Elevate are going to be there to follow up. Clayster needs to make a defensive stand. He's not going to be able to get it. And just like that, Elevate takes the lead by 5-4 in favor of them.
Some fancy footwork there out of the side of Elevate, dancing around those Faze players. They're able to score just in front of Clayster. Not a whole lot he can do, outnumbered in that position. And Elevate takes advantage of that to find themselves in the lead. So this round started off at a deficit, but we're now seeing Elevate take the lead for the first time on this map.
I think the biggest takeaway from Faze that we're kind of seeing too, they're being so much more stationary than they were before. They know like this side you kind of have to play more defensive, but you don't really just want to cater to just sitting in one spot, sort of like Elevate was doing. And look, it's paying off on the side of Elevate. Another dunk going in their favor, 7-4, 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in this, and they should have a relay ready to go. That is going to be rated on the drone. He's going to throw it, it's going to bounce off the wall, but his teammate is going to be there to pick that one up.
Yeah, and it looks like Elevate is playing on a much more aggressive and confident manner once we see these sides switch. So many offensive opportunities. As you can see, several of them have gone through in favor of Elevate. They take a commanding lead against Faze Clan with just under 3 minutes remaining in this game.
See, I mean, we saw Faze had complete control this entire game, and now they're playing so slow. It's like they're stepping, like going back into their shell. They're not getting aggressive. That's something they need to do. They need to fight aggressiveness with aggressiveness. Just try to win those key gunfights. That's one of the biggest things, but now things are starting to look good for them. Attach is going to have the drone. He's going to decide to wrap snap it back through the sub bay. Zuma is going to overextend, try to do the damage outside, but that is going to be a big kill coming in there from Reedy, but the entire kill feed lights up with the side of Elevate, and that's going to be 4 down on the side of Faze.
And you mentioned FaZe Clan stepping into a shell. Right now, they need a blue shell because Elevate is just running away with this game. They're on their next offensive opportunity. Again, the camo play coming through, going for the dunk. Even if he missed it, they can't see him. He puts another 2 points on the board, and with just under 2 minutes remaining in this round, it's really looking like Elevate is taking this game and running away with it. Faze has just lost steam at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if you can enable his camo and then you can get the overdrive and attach, you might be able to get a quick 4 points to go over that, so it'll be 10-8, but it's easier said than done. Clayster going to go ahead and toss the drone all the way out the side by Blue. He's going to have the FTL ready to go, but it's not going to do much when you do have the drone in hand. See what they're going to be able to play this one. Can't really settle for 1-point tosses at this time. We're nearing the end of this Uplink match. Still 10-4 in favor of the side of Elevate. Let's see if Attach can try to pick something up here to try to move him closer towards his payload.
Big show of aggression out of Rated right there to hit the wall run against the FaZe Clan push that was probably going to go towards that blue wall run, and he shuts them down with a double kill and a turnover for that drone. Now, with just a minute left in the game, it seems like it's just the final nail in the coffin. Elevate is just pouring it on here.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, are we going to see Attach even get his overdrive in this one? He's going to be able to get an assist right there. Is he going to be able to pick up that kill? Yes, he is. So the map has been cleared out. Clayster is going to be in control of that drone. Just everybody seems to have trouble tossing it. Keeps on bouncing off of walls and everything like that. But Zed is going to be taken out. Now things are completely open up from the side of Faze. That's going to be a big kill coming in there from Rated with that ERAD in hand. Drone just going to be sitting stationary. It looked like Faze might have been able to string something together towards there at the end, but 25 seconds left. It definitely looks like Elevate will take this one 10-4, and we'll be moving into a map number 4.
Elevate taking it in a pretty commanding way. You saw once those sides switch, so did the entire momentum of the game in that shift. They were just able to wipe the floor with Faze. Several consistent offensive plays from them resulted in dunks. And I think a lot of it was off the back of Rated and Zed that half.
Yeah, and I mean, you want to take a look on the side of Faze. Like we said, the overdrive didn't even get earned by Attach, and that's one of the big things. We saw him head a negative KD as well, so that's just something that you need him to step up in that. I mean, he has a submachine gun in his hand. That's where he's most comfortable with it as well. Just didn't come out on top 17 and 25. But like we said, attacking on that good side, we saw the aggressive